A statewide Amber Alert for 2 Lakeside children remains in effect Tuesday as authorities are on the hunt for a suspected killer. 40-year-old James Dimaggio is suspected of killing 44-year-old Christina Anderson and kidnapping her children, 16-year-old Hannah and 8-year-old Ethan. San Diego County Sheriff's detectives said the children went missing following a fire at Dimaggio's home in the community of Boulevard in eastern San Diego County on Sunday evening. The body of the children's mother was found in the rubble. Authorities have determined that her death was a homicide. Investigators also discovered the body of a child and the remains of a dog. The child's identity and cause of death have yet to be determined. Police believe Dimaggio is driving a blue Nissan Versa with the California license plate 6WC U986. Police are asking anyone with information to contact San Diego authorities immediately. Dimaggio is 5'9", 150 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. For more on this story and other trending headlines, visit LATimes.com, and for the latest Twitter updates, be sure to check out @LATimes.
And right now, there's an interstate search involving the FBI for these 2 missing Lakeside children and the man who sheriff detectives say murdered their mother in a Boulevard house fire. Those are the flames we brought you here yesterday on 10 News this morning. 10 News reporter Hannah Mullins is live near that site in Boulevard with new pictures of the family involved. Hannah, so many questions in this case.
There certainly are, and it's just heartbreaking. We can tell you it started with the terror of a fire about 2 miles east of us, then the tragedy when we learned that fire was deadly. Now it is a race against time to find these kids. That's what officials are looking for right now. We have some new videos of the Anderson family. We want to get right to those pictures you see right there. Now, 42-year-old Christina Anderson is dead, but officials are pleading for the public's help in finding one or both of her kids, 8-year-old Ethan and 16-year-old Hannah. And now it's an all-out manhunt for 40-year-old James Dimaggio. Deputies believe he set the Boulevard home on fire on Sunday night. While sifting through the rubble, firefighters made a heart-wrenching discovery. They found Mom, who they believe was murdered before her body was burned, the family dog, which they say was also killed, and what may be murder weapons. Now, Ethan and Hannah were last seen on Saturday and were reported missing by their grandparents. At least one of them may have been kidnapped by their mom's killer.
Basically dug through the rubble of the entire house, and when they were doing that, essentially sifting through the rubble, they located the remains of the boy.
Deputies have not identified a body other than Mom, but her sister's Facebook post said they identified 2 bodies, my sister and my nephew. Investigators believe Dimaggio has shaved his beard and mustache since then. They think he has at least one of Anderson's children, and they need to find a blue Nissan Versa with California license plate 6WCU 986. We're told he may be headed to Canada or to Texas. We also are learning more about the relationship between Mom and Dimaggio. We'll bring you that coming up in the next half hour. For now, we're live in Boulevard. Hannah Mullins, 10 News.
Anna, thank you. 5:32. 10 News also talked to Dimaggio's ex-wife, who said that he had met Christina Anderson when Anderson and the former Mrs. Dimaggio worked together as receptionists more than a decade ago. She didn't want to reveal her current name, but said Jim Dimaggio was best friends with the children's father as well. She says Dimaggio is an introvert who enjoys video games but was never known to be violent. She divorced Dimaggio in 2003, she says, because he was becoming distant. You can get continuing developments in this case sent to your smartphone or tablet by downloading our mobile app at 10news.com. Click on mobile.
It's a dark secret revealed to 10 News as the manhunt continues for a local man wanted for murder and the kidnapping of 2 children.
And I honestly believe that Jim has snapped and couldn't handle the infatuation that he had with Hannah.
And we have just learned that the father of the missing children is expected to make a plea in about 30 minutes.
It is the latest development in a story 10 News has been following. We have a team of reporters working all angles of this story for you. We begin with 10 News reporter Steve Fiorina, who is live in Santee, where he spoke with friends of those missing children. Steve.
Family and friends of the Tina's parents have been gathering at their house here most of the afternoon, showing support for each other as they wait. They're already grieving and trying to deal with the uncertainty about the welfare of 1 or 2 more loved ones. Angelina Amati called Tina Anderson her sister, their families celebrating holidays and birthdays together. Now word that Tina is dead. Perhaps too, Tina's 8-year-old son Ethan. A child's body was found in the rubble of the burned out house as well. and 16-year-old Hannah is missing. Angelina is shattered.
At the end of the day, I have to set aside what I truly believe because I have to remain strong for my girls.
I started crying, screaming, angry.
A nationwide Amber Alert has been launched for Hannah and James Dimaggio, a close friend of the Andersons, Uncle Jim.
That was Dad's childhood best friend, grew up with Dad, met Mom in junior high. They all grew up together.
But there was trouble brewing.
Hannah had mentioned something about a big secret, and I asked her later on what it was, and then she told me.
The girls kept the secret till now.
I know Hannah did say she was a little creeped out when Jim did tell her that he had a crush on her.
Hannah had decided no more visits alone with Uncle Jim.
Yeah, she said that she wouldn't go up there anymore because it was just too awkward between them.
Was she scared of him?
I don't think so.
The last time they saw Hannah was at her Sweet 16 birthday party late last month. Bright smiles, mother and daughter. Brad Anderson had taken a job in Tennessee about 6 months ago, leaving his family for a while, but his lifelong friend was nearby, Uncle Jim.
He trusted, he knew that he could take this job out of state because this man was going to look over his family while he was gone.
Now Hannah's missing, her mother is dead, and her brother maybe as well.
That baby's not able to live his life. It was cut way too short.
There are some bright-colored ribbons on the trees in front of the grandparents' house, a symbol of hope. All of them planning to go to a vigil tonight where they will be saying some prayers as well. Live in Santee, Steve Fiorina, 10 News.
A desperate plea from the father of 2 missing children. San Diego police issuing an Amber Alert for Ethan and Hannah Anderson after investigators found the remains of their mother and an unidentified child. Well, now the children's dad is addressing the suspected killer and kidnapper and telling his daughter to escape if she can.
The damage is done. I'm begging you to let my daughter go. You've taken everything else. Hannah, we all love you very much. If you have a chance, you take it. You run. You'll be found. Thank you.
Will Carr is live in Los Angeles. Will, what can you tell us about the suspected kidnapper?
Well, good morning, Heather. Police want everybody to pay close attention to the picture that we're about to show you. Take a look at the picture of 40-year-old James Lee Dimaggio. Police believe that on Sunday, Dimaggio killed Christina Anderson, burned his house down with Anderson and an unidentified child inside, and then took off with either one or both of Anderson's children. That led to an Amber Alert, and police say 16-year-old Hannah and 8-year-old Ethan are missing now. At this point, police say it's possible that Ethan's body was found inside the house, but they're waiting on DNA results.
There was a child's body recovered in the rubble of the house that was burned out. Literally, that's all the information we have as to the identity and the location of Ethan. We don't know if that's Ethan's body that was discovered, and we're keeping our hopes alive that he is still out there and alive.
Last night, a vigil was held near San Diego. Family and friends showed up. We also heard from the children's father, who urged Dimaggio to do the right thing. Right now, it's unclear if Dimaggio had a romantic relationship with the kid's mother. We do know that he spent a lot of time with the family, but when it comes to motive, police say they're just not exactly sure what led up to Sunday. Heather.
Will, do police have any idea where Dimaggio may be headed?
Well, that's the big question right now. It was Monday night into early Tuesday morning that people across California actually received Amber Alerts on their cell phone. That's part of a new controversial alert system. We can tell you that right now, police believe Dimaggio could be headed to Texas. They also say he could be going to Canada, and then they admit they're not exactly sure where he's going. They say he's in a blue four-door Nissan Versa, asking for everyone to keep an eye out for him and both children. Heather.
All right, so take a close look at that picture. Thank you, Will. We appreciate it.
They've got some evidence on this, and they've got some information out there.
A lot of information.
Yeah, we'll see how far he gets.